Let's bring back special report anchor Brett Baer on the breaking news right now that the Trump administration is sanctioning Russia for election meddling and these malicious cyber attacks, as they put it. Brett, the Treasury Secretary is quoted in the statement saying these targeted sanctions are part of a broader effort to address the ongoing nefarious attacks emanating from Russia.
Yes, Andrew, this is not the end, according to U.S. officials we've talked to, saying that this is really just the beginning of the pushback. There was frustration up on Capitol Hill that the administration had not been moving fast enough with sanctions specifically tied to the meddling of the 2016 election. Trump administration officials were saying, easy, it's coming. This is part of that. This is significant. As you mentioned, 5 organizations, including the follow-on to the KGB, if you will, the head of a Russian troll farm believed to be tied to some of that meddling in 2016, as well as different individuals, 19 individuals, 13 of them indicted by Robert Mueller in that long indictment where it lays it out. One of the most interesting things in this release, though, Sandra, is what Bill mentioned earlier, and that is this hack, cyber attack that deals with the U.S. electrical grid. It is said, U.S. officials tell us, to be part of an ongoing cyber attack on the U.S. electrical grid, and this is part of a pushback on that. There is real concern that these cyber attacks are continuing not just on the election meddling, but on infrastructure inside the U.S., and this is just part of the pushback that is coming, according to the officials.
So we should expect more. In addition to election meddling, the grid attack cited by the Treasury Department here, the NotPetya cyber attack, as you remember, billions of dollars that caused and damage to the United States. It's interesting, though, that these are being brought on after we saw a multi-country response to Russia yesterday in the wake of that attack, that this is not a joint response. These new sanctions are coming just from the United States, Brett.
Right, and specifically dealing with the meddling here in the election and this other cyber attack. But you're right, it comes one day after Great Britain kicked 23 Russians out, diplomats out. It comes after the UN Security Council holds a meeting, and the U.S. ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, is very strong in her condemnation of Russia's actions. And it comes after just hours after a joint statement by the U.S., France, Germany, and the U.K. Saying that Russia was behind these poisonings in the U.K. This is a big, broad effort that I think you're going to see more of. And the question is, what is Russia's response? How does Putin react? And what's the next step? I mean, this is a ratcheting up that we haven't seen, and a lot of people have been calling for some time.
That is the big question. This news just breaking a few moments ago. Brett, thanks for coming back on with us.